Oh boy everyone, MARKCHES here. Welcome to the channel, and for today's video, I'll be giving you my performance review of the all-new Ja2. So let's go. Ja Morant is one of my favorite players right now in the NBA. Just unfortunate that he had to go through some issues. He's a very exciting player. You can't discount that away from him, but hopefully he'll bounce back this season and bring Memphis back. I'm rooting for them actually. Memphis is one of the more exciting teams to watch around the NBA, and right now he released, together with Nike of course, released the brand new Ja2, and let's know what's the difference are between the Ja2, if it's worth the upgrade from the Ja1, which I have here. So we'll do a slight comparison between these two sneakers. So let's get started. So first up, the materials of the Ja2. You could immediately feel the major difference that even on the mesh, textile mesh on the tip of the toe box, it kind of looks the same visually, but what's the main difference is this one, from the Ja1, it's more fused. You can feel it more fused compared to the Ja2s, which, look at that, it's more flimsy. It kind of folds right now already, while the Ja1s, it's still intact in one piece. So I think they removed, there's an underlining fabric on the Ja1 and they removed it on the Ja2 because I think they made a certain objective to make the Ja2 lighter, although the Ja1 is already light in my opinion. And here on the weighing scale, the Ja1 is 400 grams on a US 11, which is light already, I would say, for a US 11, while the Ja2, let's measure it. The Ja2 is really light, 382. I think it's one of the lightest sneakers out now for 2024, and that's one of their main objectives, that they want to trim down the weight, which I think is unnecessary in my opinion because of the things that we will be discussing, the things that the Ja2 sacrifice in order to get that weight. For me, I think it's not that worth it. So don't want to spoil that, but let's discuss first more on the upper. On the upper of this colorway, this violet colorway, actually is really nice, with a hint of this teal swoosh here. Makes it really good. And on the lateral part, it has like a fused material here, which is also thin. It's not too thick. It's very similar to the KDs if you have played with it. While on the middle side, there's like a mesh textile, which also doesn't have that much underlining fabric, so it makes it really thin, but at the same time still gives you support that you need. While the support will more be coming from this area, this synthetic leather panel goes from the forefoot and goes to the lace loops of the Ja2s and even on the medial side. So that kind of catches your foot when you're doing lateral moves, doing cuts. So it contains your foot to the footbed. For the lacing system, it's just a basic lacing system with the flat laces. Nothing to complain there. It's very easy to adjust. Actually, I'm wearing right now an ankle brace because I sprained my foot on a freak accident. I slipped on the floor with oil, so really bummed out right now. And it fits on the Ja2s because it's a low cut sneaker. And the tongue of the Ja2 is another thing that they trimmed down. It's less padded compared to the Ja1s, which has more padding on the tip of the tongue, but didn't feel any discomfort on the tongue of the Ja2s, which is okay. While on the heel part, this is where you see the Ja2s kind of trimmed down a bit on the ankle collar, but the main difference is the paddings. Look at how different the paddings are. The Ja2s really thinner. I like the Ja1s better, in all honesty. I like the padding around my ankle, the security that it gives me, even on the heel part where you could see this a really huge piece of foam on the Ja1s. For me, I like this one because the heel containment that the Ja1s gave me. Although the Ja2s didn't have any heel slippage, but the feeling of the pillow hugging your ankle and heel feels really great for me. I like that in a sneaker. But if you're wearing an ankle brace, I think the Ja 2 will be better compared to the Ja 1s, which has a lot of paddings here. I think it will suffocate the brace, especially if you're wearing it. And that's a preference. For the insole, it's just a regular Nike insole, and both in terms of cushion are relatively the same, but this is one aspect that I wish that they didn't do. But on the forefoot part, they have the same rectangular zoom unit pod here, which I felt more on the Ja 1s. I was waiting for me to feel it more on the Ja 2s, although after I broken this in, I could feel a little bit, but not as good as the bounciness in the forefoot of the Ja 1s, mainly because of, I think, the carrier phylon. This cushion is really thin on the Ja 2s. That's where they really trim down the weight on the Ja 2s, which I hope that they just maintain the thickness of the phylon here. Didn't feel high off the ground. The responsiveness was still really awesome on the Ja 1s. I actually like playing in the Ja 1s a lot because there's enough impact protection in the heel, given that this is just phylon and there's a zoom unit in the forefoot, which I didn't need to break in when I first wear this. I remember I could immediately feel the top-loaded zoom unit here, which feels good even though it's small. I wish that they just put a zoom turbo here, because I remember in the Kyrie's there was a zoom turbo and it was almost the same price as the Ja 1s. So Nike, I don't know what you're doing right now, but maybe give us a bit more in terms of tech specs, especially for your one of your marquee endorsers, which is Ja Morant. I wish that you could give him more tech, but I hope you are watching, and I know you're watching, Nike. Okay, so hopefully you listen to the consumers. But for the Ja 2s, that's what I didn't like. The cushion was really close to the ground, but maybe if you like to be really low to the ground, court feel in the maximum level, you would like Ja 2s. It gives me a very similar vibe to the Sabrina's 2, although the Sabrina's 2 uses cushion instead of just phylon. I don't know why they just gave us, and maybe they put cushion on this, it will feel a lot better in terms of cushioning, given that this is one of their premier athlete from Nike. Don't know, this has almost the same price as the Sabrina 2s. So I don't know Nike. So those are the things that I thought that the sacrifice of weight, the deduction of weight was not ideal. It's more the performance of the Ja 1s is a lot better for me. So that's one thing that I didn't like on the Ja 2s. But if you want court feel, you would like playing in this. One of the highlights, of course, of the Ja 2s is the traction, which is also very awesome in the Ja 1s. I would say head to head, they both have the same feeling in terms of grippiness. Dust pickup, I remember here, I didn't have any problems with the Ja 1. The Ja 2 also didn't have any problems on dust. Both have thick rubber grooves and deep rubbers. I think outdoor use will be okay with the Ja 2s too. And as you can see, the trim of weight is also present here on the outsole, where you can see the hollowed portion here in the midfoot where the swoosh is. So this is the phylon peeking through, while on the Ja 1s it's a solid rubber outsole, which I think they did a good job of this because you don't need that much traction in the midfoot. But I just hope that they didn't compromise on the cushion. Keep coming back on that because I was really expecting more out of this one. I'm excited to try this out because I'm a huge fan, like I said, of Ja Morant. But can't expect everything and not be disappointed. Okay, so don't expect so much. Life lesson. So in terms of sizing, guys, true to size if you're a regular footer. A wide footer, go half a size up. Wide footers, I think you're okay with this too. It's not too narrow. So just go half a size up and I think you'll good to go. So here in the Philippines, the price of the JA 2s and the JA 1s are similar, but of course the JA 1s, some colorways are already on sale now. So if you're asking me which I like better, I would purchase right now the JA 1s first because they're on sale, and I like the cushion more, and I like the support of the upper a bit more because of the chunkiness. Although it's still a very light sneaker for 400 grams, the support that's giving you is a lot better in terms of the cushion, traction, combination. It's basically worth more your money. And if you want to try the JA 2, maybe wait it on sale because it's nothing that you would be excited about, and you can feel that it's more flimsy because of there's lesser rubber here. But if you want more structure, look how hard is it to bend the JA 1s. So if you want more support, stability, the JA 1s will be a better option in my opinion. So sound off below, do you agree with me or not? Hit me a comment down below, guys. Thank you again for dropping by. This has been MARKCHES. I'll catch you in the next one. Cheers.